All right, had a little bit of Alexception there for a second. This is kind of random. I just felt like doing this, and of course I forgot to properly set up my lighting, so I'm a little bit darker than usual, but that's okay. Um, so there's been rumors for, I think, Alexception. There's my sound. There's been rumors about a Oblivion remake. They're calling it a remaster because now the full thing is out, and I wanted to watch and react to it. I think Oblivion was one of the first games that I played that had where I had an inkling that you could tell stories in video games. Like obviously, there were PlayStation 1 games I played the stories like Spyro, but not like super epic stuff. And let's just watch it because I'm excited to dive into this. It's a little loud.
The others, they were taken to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
All morning I've been walking around. Have you heard of the High Elves?
You hold our future in your hands.
Like the original Oblivion is so
Take with you my
special.
blessings.
Like it's janky. Like there's a lot of memes from the original game, and I wonder how they're gonna walk the line of having this be modern, but also they said, and also keep some of the charm too. Also, the game is $50. As far as I know, there hasn't been a physical version
Here we are,
announced.
20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Next,
Fans
can we
got
at
so
least get
connected with the world
ports of Daggerfall
stories we're
and
telling,
Arena?
and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place.
Yeah.
You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just
as good as Skyrim's
There's
music
this,
is, and I'm gonna try to
flood
avoid
of
being
nostalgia.
Oblivion did it better, but
Oblivion
I don't know. Oblivion's
beginning
music
of
is just
who I am
incredible
as an individual, as a game developer.
for a game that
all
has
starts with it.
13 voice actors.
I don't even think
that
it
include
took me till
Patrick
release
Stewart
to realize
and,
how big this was.
People loved it. They loved it.
Wow, I'm forgetting his name.
Such a key
It'll come to
moment
me.
in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and
Boromir.
experience that is really amazing. We had that really
Sean
special
Bean.
moment of coming out into
Got
the
it.
world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor.
Yep, there's the original.
But for all these years,
2006,
I've never
almost
been
20
the ruler
years
of
ago.
my own dreams.
Oh, how the time has
Seen
flied.
the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
I don't know how they're calling this a remaster and not a remake.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for
Because
the
it's
first
like-
time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks
trying to
and
think
feels
How
incredible.
to put it.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring
So think,
our vision to life.
think of the
The
remaster of
care
Final
and
Fantasy
love they've
8,
poured
where
into
the
the Oblivion
characters all
Remaster
look
has been
amazing in the
absolutely
game.
breathtaking.
And it kind of captures
Welcome to Paris,
your
and welcome
nostalgia
to Virtuous.
eyes of how you
Our
think you
team
remember
here has
the
been hard at work
characters
delivering
looking.
the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on
It
other
looks
projects
great.
in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
We wanted to make the remaster
And it's refreshing
more
to,
friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This
Get this
is
game and
Oblivion
not
in
just
its most
another
complete form.
release of Skyrim.
About time.
That being said, they're gonna do more of this sort of stuff. And I think most people that frequent my channel know how I feel about remakes. I feel like some of their
Those
older
familiar
games,
with at
Morrowind
least
and
some Elder
Daggerfall,
Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the
would be
stage
remakes.
for
But with
Skyrim.
Daggerfall,
You embark on an epic
I would
journey
almost like
to stop the
a,
Mythic Dawn cult
The time of
not something that
cleansing
looks like
draws
this,
nigh.
but
from
something
unleashing the
that
Daedric Prince of Destruction.
captures
was
the
the
look of the
Oblivion
original,
Crisis?
but
What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil?
gives it
Why
like
are there
the,
only 8 divines
sort of like
instead of
comparing
9?
Octopath Traveler to
In addition to the
16-bit,
core game,
that
the
makes
remaster
sense.
contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine.
Maybe give
so you
Daggerfall
get the full
the
experience.
remaster that Dark Forces just got.
On a personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm
The
a
music,
fan.
man.
I have been always a fan.
Music
I
is
played
great.
Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
Okay, so I don't don't remember the original having that much blood. Like there was a little bit, but not that much. I actually played a little bit of
The
Oblivion
technology
last
we
night.
used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush
Oh yeah, the
opens the portal
expansion.
into the painting.
This
You're
painting
stuck here
thing,
like I
we
am.
just did this. I did this as a side quest for my D&D group.
wonderful place.
That's so funny that
Good for
this is included in the
Or-
presentation.
Eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a
I'll be
truly
curious to
impressive
see
level
how
of
the
detail
game
in the world.
runs.
every single asset in this
I
game
imagine
was
it'll be
completely
super
redesigned
buggy
and handcrafted from scratch.
during the first couple weeks.
We implemented an advanced
And how
real-time
much is it?
lighting
Is this going to be a
system that
$70
accurately
game?
simulates
Or,
how
God
light
forbid, a
interacts with the
$90
environment.
game?
This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From
You've
there,
never
our
played
artists
Oblivion?
sculpt each race
You
individually
gotta
to
play
adapt
the
to mesh,
original, man. Like, I
allowing
mean,
us to share the model, rig,
play them at
and
the
textures.
same time. I think
As
that
a
would be a
result,
fun
all
experience.
races, including Argonians, Orcs, and
The
Khajiits,
facial
are built on the same
animations
base mesh,
are
making the
something
lip sync system
else.
more effective.
It's
even
part
when
of the
characters
charm
have
of the
very
game.
different facial features.
Like, you couldn't get away with that crap nowadays.
We have access to so many
Unless your game
modern
was
rendering
cheaper.
features.
Like,
You'll
you couldn't
see
get
them
away.
do
When I
something
say you
as
couldn't get
simple
away with
as
that
running
with a
through a
$60 or
forest.
$70 game.
Insects flying around.
But if your game is like
fish swimming in the water,
30 or
light
40
filtering through
bucks
the leaves.
maybe.
Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Fane.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
Oh, the glass armor.
It's UI and UX.
I see there's, it looks like they kept some of the ragdoll
It's
physics where the body just goes immediately limp when you
We've
kill
updated
them.
features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy.
What?
It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
But do you still get to, but you still level up just by jumping?
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish.
I still feel like this game feels like a remake and not a
Combat in the
remaster.
original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get
That's
blood
not true.
sparks,
There were sound
sparks,
effects.
and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern.
I just played it
and
last
engaging.
night, and I mean, the sound effects weren't all that dynamic, but they were there.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person
Yes,
view
there wasn't a
that compared to
crosshair, but you had
Starfield
like
in
the
terms of playability.
stealth eye that kind
Now,
of
the third-person perspective
was like
has all
that
the same
if you were
control
crouching.
get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
Discord limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers.
a
for
whole
all the races.
13 voice actors. I wonder how
So
many
we've gone back and recorded new
voice
lines of
actors
dialogue.
Skyrim had.
Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
I recognize her
We
voice.
also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
Yes,
I really
please.
like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop!
You have violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not
Apparently there
speak
was
your
over
words.
70
They're
voice
blindfolded.
actors for
chosen
Skyrim.
you
They must have
because
figured
you are
out
the best.
a way to fit it on the
Good
disc a
luck.
little bit better.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
Pay with your blood! Oh!
As games have developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
I wonder if they've
Like
added
sprinting.
other stuff like,
Sprinting
I
is
don't
an
think in
interesting
the
one,
in
because
Oblivion
it was such
you
a
could get
big
married
debate
or
internally among
anything
our
like that. I
teams.
think
Some of us were
there was an
absolute
expansion that allowed you to
purists,
own a
but
castle
ultimately,
and
we
fill it
decided
with
it's
stuff. Like that was really
2025,
cool.
and people are going to want to sprint. In fact,
The
All of
sprinting
character
ability is
locomotion
nice.
has been completely redone from scratch, and that has a huge impact from the
But
very
of course, like
beginning
at
of the
some
game.
point, you would level up
Every
your
single
speed.
updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes
essentially
down
be
to
able
what
to
makes
run.
Oblivion Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini games are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great. How's it go again?
I could never
Lock
get that to
picking.
work.
You
Like
can
the
put a fresh
whole
coat of paint on it,
thing.
but you can't change it too much.
And then
because
the
it's part
lock
of the
picking, I
core
just do the
experience.
auto pick. Because the
Whether you're
lock picking was
returning to
kind of hard.
Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
you will instantly feel it.
I remember when my
It just
brother
feels
first
better.
unlocked the
We've
Adoring
modernized a
fan.
lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure.
I saw him
and the
playing
same
like a week or
carefully
two later. I was like,
handcrafted
"Hey,
work.
where's your buddy?" And
Well,
he's
it's
like, "I
about
left him."
time.
And I'm
Do
like,
you
"Where'd
know
you
how
leave him?"
long
And he's
we've
like, "I'm gonna
waited?"
show you." So I sat there and I waited. He went into this cave, and you just see the Adoring fan's head.
Oblivion is a
the top of his hair just sticking out of this water. And I'm like, how long has he
None of what
been
we're
there?
surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of
I've been a bit
the
of a
love that went
curmudgeon
into
here
it, I think that
lately
comes across on the
with
screen.
I love that
To
doll.
work
Some
on
stuff.
something that people
Like,
care
obviously,
enough
I still get
where
super
you're in a
excited,
position where
but
you can remaster it.
I
It's a privilege.
am not excited
And
about the new
now,
Superman
to
movie.
help
I'm
introduce this
indifferent
game to a new
about
generation
the
of
Fantastic
players,
Four movie. I
I
think
feel
maybe it's
so lucky.
movies that I'm just like
I
not
really
excited
think that
about
people, when
anymore,
they
more
jump
so,
back
like,
into the
games
remaster, they're
have
going to be
become, like,
shocked at just how good the
my
game
primary
looks.
media that I've absorbed.
Oblivion Gates,
But this is taking me back,
incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Bethesda
Even
and
if it's just the
Xbox.
music,
This is,
for example,
I think
just
this is
walking around
ultimately a
for
good
half an
thing.
hour in the world, you feel
Like obviously,
something.
I think it's coming
And
out on PC and PS5 as well. But
You're going back
you
to
know,
a world that you've been to before.
this is
but it's better somehow.
Bethesda
like,
is now an Xbox
thing,
studio,
But it's like
so it's nice
new,
to see
It's fun. Like it's exciting again.
something that's a
But
win.
it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate
We have
that.
another Xbox.
From all of us
What
at
I think is
Bethesda
going to be a
Game
winner,
Studios,
Expedition 33.
And Virtuous.
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Here's the kicker, man.
The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion Remaster will be available today.
That's so rare. Like that never happens. Where it's just like it's out now.
Years ago.
I think it would have been cool. I think people would have been happy. But by the way, it's available this Friday.
I've never been the ruler of
It's
my own
it's something else that they released this on a work day. Like today is Tuesday.
This is the 27th of last seed. The year.
Like, I wonder how many people are calling off. Like, nope, I gotta play Oblivion, man. I can't
These are the
come into
closing
work.
days of the third era, and the final hours
of my life.
Of my life. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
Yeah, I should make it show.
This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come.
Looks clear.
For the Emperor!
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
Who now will save us from the coming darkness? Here you must find your own path.
I remember the Emperor.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
It's so funny to me that Patrick Stewart, of all people, was a voice actor in this game and freaking crushed it. Like the Emperor. Okay. So all platforms. Good. Let's see, how much is this thing? If I want to... So, see, there I've got the original. And is it going to be... Yeah. $50. Wow. Hey, that's great. I'm happy with that. Whew. 123 gigabytes. That is insane. There's also the deluxe edition that is 60. Wow. How many gigs was the original? There it is. It's not even 7. It's 6.5 versus 123 gigabytes. Games are getting absolutely huge. Wow. So that was it, folks. The Oblivion Remaster, it's you can play it now. Cool. I looked this morning to see if there was a physical edition, and so far there isn't. And I mean, I think that this secret would have been even more impossible to keep if there was a physical edition. Because I mean, what are you going to do? Have everybody at GameStop, Walmart, and Best Buy sign a NDA? That's not going to happen. Or I think that would have helped with marketing too. Like, it would have been a hush thing. Like, the fact that they released this the day of the announcement is incredible. Like, that's really cool. I would love to see more studios do this, or at the very least be like, hey, by the way, this is coming out at the end of the week or at the end of next week, instead of this thing where we get a trailer and the game doesn't come out for another 3 years. Like a full-blown trailer, not like a teaser. I mean, so yeah, I think it's really cool. I'll probably get it once it hits disc, so that's what I'm going to be waiting for. But we're going to be changing things up a little bit tonight. I'm going to be taking a short break from Final Fantasy 15 because of the excitement for Oblivion, and because I felt a lot of nostalgia this morning, you know, just reading about stuff and then watching this presentation with you guys. I really wanted to play Oblivion. I think this time, I feel like I always played the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild storylines. So I feel like I'm going to try to go for like a very goody two-shoe type character this time. Because I feel like in Oblivion and Skyrim as well, playing evil was always just the way to go. But I never really put a huge effort into being like essentially the Warrior of Light. So I'll be playing Oblivion until I get too tired tonight. So that'll be fun. We'll be playing original Oblivion, and then maybe I'll stream the remastered one if it comes out on disc. Because if you've been following me long enough, you know that I'm not against digital stuff per se. I feel like with this, I want to get the steel book that has like the map and everything in it. And I feel like they have to do that at some point. So I'm going to be waiting for the physical edition. But I think that this is a win for Bethesda, Xbox. I hope that it performs really well. I'm expecting some bugs. I think it'll be a better release than Starfield at the very least. But at least that if this has some janking with it, one, the original Oblivion had some jank, so I guess at least they're staying true. Two, it's a $50 game, whereas I think Starfield was either 60 or 70 at launch, and obviously more for the special editions and stuff. So let me know what you thought of the Oblivion remaster, not remake for some reason, presentation.